IShowSpeed has just completed his stream in Ethiopia, and what a stream! What a stream that was! Oh my god, he even passed out live on camera during the stream. That's how crazy it was, okay? Like, I hope he's okay. First of all, he did get some food towards the end because I think he passed out because he had not eaten and he was doing a lot of exercise, a lot of moving around, shaking the head. So he got lightheaded. And of course, he ate this raw meat. He passed out. That's how crazy this stream was. But Ethiopia. Ethiopia was such a good country. Like, it was an amazing experience from beginning to the end, and it got so crazy towards the end. All right. So it started kind of, he was in Addis Ababa, okay? And it started him going into a jewelry shop, and then being shown how people conduct their businesses in town, carrying, I don't know, 10, 20 mattresses. And then he goes to this square and meets the Oromo tribe, meets the Oromo people, right? And he rides the horse. So he did do a horse ride, comes back, and then he becomes this warrior. They give him this attire and a spear. And I was told that the women that he met there on the stairs were ninjas. Are there ninjas in Ethiopia? Like women ninjas? Ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? Right? Like, he met ninjas, like actual ninjas. They were there, But that's so cool. Like, if they are ninjas, that's amazing. And then of course he goes into this museum and gets coffee. Okay, here's where things begin to go. Okay, here's where things begin to start getting a bit crazy. You see, Ethiopia is the original home of coffee. Okay, coffee was invented in Ethiopia, the Arabian coffee. All right, he gets a shot of coffee, and speed has natural energy anyway. So this coffee, it was strong, like strong. Like, he was buzzing. Like, he was literally buzzing, right? And then they take him. Did you know that they're in 2018? What? Like, in Ethiopia, it's 8 years ago. What? So literally that stream was Speed being in the past. So how do they like count years? Because there was this lady saying she's 20. So is she 13 or is she 28? Because I'm like, the way they are counting years out here, how are they counting? I think they said they have 3 additional months. So it's like 2018 in Ethiopia. And also, like, when it was 3 o'clock where I am, it was like 9 a.m. in the evening. Like 9 a.m. in the morning, right? It's like, wait, they have different time and different calendar year. I didn't know this. So like in Ethiopia, it's 2018 right now. They're in the past. What? That was crazy. That was crazy to find out, right? But anyway, so they show him a mural of Ethiopia is the only African country that was not colonized. And then they take him to, what did they take him next? They took him to a temple, right? Where he got blessed. It was a different Ethiopia is so different. Like, it's so different from any other African country. That was like, wow. And Addis Ababa is so huge. Like that, like the city is so huge. It's like, it's crazy, So they take him to this church, and we do get to see the coffin of the first emperor of Ethiopia. So that was pretty cool. And he does goes and then he plants a tree. They called it like speed tree, and they did say that there are 48 billion trees in Ethiopia. This is like, it's unlike any other African country out here. Actually, Ethiopia is unlike any other African country so far. Because all the African countries that Speed has been to so far, there are a bit of similarities. But in Ethiopia, it was like a different world. It was like, I mean, Wakanda or something. Like, there in 2018, it was 9 o'clock, but it was evening. You know, they're out here planting 48 billion trees. Like, what? Then he meets these Bena people who walk on. I don't know if you've seen this trend on TikTok. They walk on these sticks. They walk on sticks. So like it was crazy. Like actual the stamina that it takes to walk on sticks like that, and the control, you know. And you know, Speed did try. And he did it. He did walk. And then after walking with the banner on sticks, he's out here on a scooter. But also, did you like Ethiopia is beautiful, yo? That city was beautiful. It was clean. It was, the architecture was modern. And then it was mixed in with greeneries, okay? It was nature meets, you know, modern architecture. Because after that, he goes now to the museum. I don't know, is it the Museum of the Future or what? But it's the first, I think it's the only AI center in Africa. So this is they showed a robot. They had like a space simulator, a flight simulator. You know, it was like a lab museum of AI, you know. And of course, they did show him that they have built the biggest dam in the world. Then after that, that's when he meets the Ethiopian Speed, okay? He meets the Ethiopian Speed, and together with the Zimbabwean Speed, if you remember in Zimbabwe, Speed met Timu Speed, right? So there were 3 Speed. It was like Inception. There was like Ethiopian Speed, then Timu Speed, and then Speed. So like there were 3 Speeds, okay? And it was crazy, and they raced. So they started with racing. Of course, Zimbabwean Speed won. I had my money on the Zimbabwean Speed. Wait, like in Zimbabwe, there is a Speed that looks like, you know. So it was cool to see them racing. And then now here is where things started to get wicked, because they went to eat. Okay, before they ate, they went to the palace. They saw the palace. W Palace, yo. W Palace. That palace was looking, it was looking fine. Fire. And then they get to play this field hockey. When we do field hockey, we play like on either like ground or on tarmac. But then it was like on turf, on AstroTurf, right? So they play this field hockey, and then now they come out, they go to eat. Tell me why Speed is eating raw meat. Speed is eating raw meat. Oh my God. So they fed him some raw meat and some anjera. Oh my God. And at first he said it was sweet, it was nice, it was tasting good. All right. But then when they went to the next location, because he did some dancing, and he took another coffee, okay? That's mistake number 2. He took another coffee. So he was hyped up. And then they did this dance off like this, you know? This dance off like this, you know? And then they go to the next location, and then Speed is out there running. So he gets lightheaded. And the moment happens, he passed out. it was a crazy moment because it was like, yo, what's going on? What? And hey, I mean, Speed is on a different level because after he passes out, he's like, yo, let me chill, let me relax. For most of us, would be like, hey, yo, that's the end, let's say. No, but no. He's like, let's keep going. Let's keep digging. I was like he's actually built different, you know? So it was like, let's go to the next location. And that location was crazy, yo. Like everybody in Addis Ababa had gathered there. It was looking like it started getting a bit rowdy, you know? But then now they go to the hotel. And at the hotel, another moment happens, okay? Speed, you know, like he starts having diarrhea. And he has to go to the toilet and like release everything. So I mean, I was like, yo, you're almost fainting. You're diarrheaing, you know, you need to end. But he's like, no, he's not gonna end it. He still keeps going. At that moment, W to Timu Speed and Ethiopian Speed for carrying the chat, because they continued and they held it for him, right? So that now when Speed came out, she raised the Ethiopian model, or the Ethiopian Miss Ethiopia or Miss World. Yeah. So there was like a date there, and then we get to see the Ethiopian skyline. And if I tell you, Ethiopia is beautiful, yo, Ethiopia is beautiful. But that was a crazy stream. Crazy moments, scary moments. He actually passed out. That's how hard he was pushing. Yo. If you ever doubt he's pushing, he actually passed out on the stream and kept going, right? Kept going, had diarrhea, kept going. And the most interesting part, but no, he did not. What didn't happen? He did not gain more subscribers in Addis Ababa, in Ethiopia than in Kenya. Now that one, no, that one, no. He gained more subs in Kenya. Even that stream, he gained 310,000 subscribers. But he has only gained 275,000 subscribers in Ethiopia. So you out there who are saying he gained more, no, he did not gain more subscribers in Ethiopia. No, he gained more subscribers in Kenya. All right? But anyway, otherwise, that was a beautiful stream. Ethiopia is chef's kiss, so beautiful. He did get to eat there at the end, replenish his energy, some chicken waffles, his best meal. It was the city is so clean, it's so beautiful. The skyscrapers are built well, the roads, everything is clean. There is greenery everywhere, you know. Anyway, tell me what you thought about that stream. Was it scary for you seeing Speed pass out? Seeing Speed get diarrhea? Were you worried for him? I do hope he doesn't need to go to the hospital. He just needs some rest, and then he'll be back tomorrow. Anyway, that was IShowSpeed stream in Ethiopia. Please like and subscribe. My name is Legend, and see you in the next one.